Great song. Welcome to Sam Roberts Show. Just yesterday I was saying, I like being at the Lincoln Center Studios and kind of like away from everything. I don't know. Just taking everything in me, not to shout at people.
Shout? What are you, 70? Who says that, not to shout at people?
Now you're getting on my case.
Okay.
I just told you I'm not in a good mood.
You also going to get ready for supper tonight?
You could say shout.
Shout sounds like an old man thing. Don't shout at me.
Well, you know what else sounds like an old man thing? Starting a show with dead air, and then the shitty intro just pipes in out of nowhere.
Way to go, Paul.
And then, I do want to blame Paul, because he's the one who's here, and I feel like that's the position he's in.
Yeah.
You can't test these somehow before I get here? There's nothing you can do?
He said he did.
How'd you test them? Just turned them on? I told you, when you turn them on, that doesn't mean you talk. This is the second day this has happened.
Let's not start the show with negative energy. Let's be positive.
Oh.
Okay? Okay, maybe give me a smile.
Did you put him in queue to test him?
Mm-hmm.
He says he did. I don't believe him. No part of me believes that happened.
Calling Paul a liar?
If you want to call the show, maybe we'll be able to hear you. Look, Paul, what's wrong with this picture? It wasn't in program, was it? All right, it works. 866-969-1969. 866-969-1969 to talk to Sam Roberts Show today. Oh, my gosh.
All right,
and on the way here, I've had enough of these people.
I know. What just happened?
I feel like it's the worst sales pitch on the street. I don't know if New York... I do it in L.A. a little bit, too. I don't know if it's just these two big cities where people approach you on the street with these sales pitches. But, so the studio's up at Lincoln Center, which is like 10 blocks away from our normal studio at Sirius XM. Every day. And they're in different locations. But I know we both got stopped by the same person, probably in the same spot. Every day, somebody comes up to me and goes, "Excuse me, sir, you dropped something."
Oh, I didn't get that.
And I go, huh? And then they go, "Your smile."
Oh, it gagged me.
And I'm like, not today. This is going to go in a religious direction, some kind of Scientology thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is, but I don't want any part of it. I don't know if I'm walking around the street with some kind of expression on my face that would bring somebody to the impression that I have time for dumb shit, but I don't.
I mean, I think you're just approachable.
Why?
You're friendly. You have a friendly, inviting face.
No part of me wants to.
Okay, but I think that's a good thing. You shouldn't be angry that
you gotta talk into the side of the mic like this, like I'm doing, like, yeah.
How's that? Oh, like right over here?
You see how much better that sounds?
I don't think it sounds good.
It's louder.
Hey, I feel like this sounds like I'm in a box.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Get closer to it.
You want me to eat the mic?
A little, yeah, I don't know. It sounds fucking weird. Yeah, but I don't know. How far have you gotten with these people? Because you came into the studio today and said, somebody just asked me if I remembered my smile.
No, that's not what they said.
What did they say to you?
They said, "Excuse me, ma'am, do you know where Smile is?"
What the fuck does that even mean?
Well, I was like, wait, is it a restaurant? I was like, excuse me?
So you were ready to be helpful.
I was, and I stopped, and then they were like, no, a literal smile. And I was like, no, I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this. And I stormed off.
Because you were like, this is bullshit. You're asking me ridiculous questions.
And I'm not sure why they stopped me, because I know I'm not approachable. I've been told time and time again that I have RBF, resting bitch face.
Do you?
Totally. Like, I walk around like...
Just rest your face. What a fucking bitch. I see it. By the way, Nicole Ryan's in studio. I haven't even introduced anybody. I'm trying to maintain some professionalism here. Yeah. At Mashup Nicole on Twitter. She's going to be hanging out. Ian Halprin is going to be in studio today.
Nice.
The king of Hollywood news.
I don't know if I'd call him the king.
Well, he is the king. He's got a new book out about Bobby Christina, and he's explaining why she's brain dead, I guess. But he
knows.
He knows.
Okay.
He goes deep undercover.
All right.
Last time I saw him, I visited him at a bed-in that he was doing, and it was supposed to be publicity for his new book, and he told me a whole bunch of press was showing up for it, and it was literally just me and Troy from Opie's show in his hotel room while he was in his underwear in his bed. It was a really creepy vibe. But we'll talk to him about that later today. So they came up to you and asked if you knew where Smile was?
Yeah, and I stopped like a putz.
Like a putz. That's the exact right word.
Yeah.
They've asked me. Two people got me in a row, and you know what it is? I think I know what it is. because when I see like a good-looking girl on the street, I always try to make eye contact. That's just my thing.
Okay.
I never do anything. I never start a conversation.
Okay.
But I always try to make eye contact, as if to say, "I see you, ma."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Just like that.
Right. And I hope that's the vibe that comes across, not just, "Hey, how are you?"
I see you, ma. Not I see you, girl.
No, I see you, ma. That's what's in my head, and I hope that translates through my eyes because they are the window to the soul.
Clearly, it does.
So that's what I was doing today when I got caught, and they were like, "Oh, you forgot your smile," and I was like, "I didn't forget shit. I don't have a smile on my face because of people like you."
Well, okay. Well, I mean, that's not necessary.
It's how I feel.
Could have said I don't have time.
I didn't say anything to him. I just kept walking, but in my head, that's what I said.
You got to know the trick. Now that you know they're coming and you do this trip every day, you need to do the fake phone call or look like you're answering an email.
I don't want to have to go to all this trouble just to be able to walk down the street.
I know, but it's for not the whole street. It's just one part.
They should be stopped and frisked and arrested. I think the McKinney cops should come down here waving their guns around and take care of some of these people that are asking about smiles. And then they asked me, same thing Paul said that they asked him. The second person was like, "Sir, can I ask you a question?" And before I could say absolutely not, they said, "What's the only state that ends in K?"
Wait, I want to see if I can do it.
And I said, "I don't know." I was like, "Arkansas, I don't know."
That doesn't.
I just kept walking. I mean,
it has a K in it. It doesn't end.
I didn't want to have the conversation.
It was just some fun trivia. You weren't into.
It wasn't fun trivia. There was a sales pitch. They might as well have been trying to be like, "Yo, listen to my album. Listen to my album. It's free. Let me sign it for you."
I hate those guys.
And then boom, they got you. What's the only state that ends in K?
I can't.
They trick you.
Because I knew immediately. Hang on, Paul's going to tell me. You can jump on that mic if you want, Paul. Paul's our producer, who usually does a good job, but today has been doing horribly.
You suck, Paul.
I know it's the state of something. Like it's a mind state.
What is it, Paul?
It's a state because it's not one of the 50 states.
What's the only state that ends in K?
Tell me.
You're in it. That's where they get you.
New York.
Fuck my life.
Would you like a sticker?
Me.
But come on, that made you smile. It just made you smile.
Yeah, I know. You know why? Because I'm in a controlled environment around people that I trust.
Okay.
Except not Paul. You I trust. Paul I do not trust.
All right.
If I was going bungee jumping, I would not go with Paul because my cord would break. I would die.
Can you tandem bungee? No, right? You would hurt each other, right?
You'd probably hurt each other because you'd spring up and it'd be a terrible thing. So I guess they go, "You're in the state of New York."
Yeah.
And then they give you a sticker, but then they start talking to you, and they want to give you a brochure, and they want you to join whatever cult it is that they want you to join.
You're like, "Bitch, I live here."
Yeah, I live here. Okay, you're in it. Oh, okay. You know what? You know why I know that that's not true? Because misery does not end in K, and that's the state that I'm in right now talking to you.
Okay.
I was walking back with Who Kid last week, and we actually had to walk around one of the city blocks because Who Kid saw the guys who are out on the corners trying to trick people into buying CDs.
Yeah.
And he can't be around them because every time he goes near them, they go, "Yo, Who Kid!"
Oh, he's so famous.
With the people who sell CDs, I get that.
But you had to take an alternate route, Who Kid?
My point is...
Were you his security, Sam?
I was bodyguarding him from bothersome people that are just littering everywhere. Let's go to Brian. Brian, welcome to Sam Roberts Show. Brian.
Oh, thank you. I think you're mistaken, Sam. It's the state of shock.
Huh, the state of shock. That does end in a K. How about the state of fuck? That's what I would tell them.
Yeah, you should use that.
That ends in a K. They'd be like, "Sir, I don't think that means anything." And I'd say, "It means leave me alone, please, because I'm obviously in a state where I don't want to be bothered."
Wait, that was nice. You have to be gentle and kind.
Well, why? I've never liked. I don't like going into a store and people following you around asking for help.
I don't like that either.
But it's even worse when you're on the street.
Yeah.
And people are tracking you down. Obviously, I got a book bag on. I'm walking with a purpose. I feel like I look like a man on a mission.
Right.
I'm not around looking for friends. Except when I make eye contact with a girl. And that's simply to get the message across.
What's the message?
I see you, Ma.
I see you, Ma.
John, welcome to Sam Roberts Show.
What's going on, Sam?
How you doing, pal?
Hey, you say you look at a girl and it says, "I see you, Ma."
That's right.
You do realize that when they see your face, it says that you wish they were hogtied and naked?
That may be the message that comes across. I don't always know. I don't always know because I think reality is where intention meets perception.
Right.
And I know what my intention is, but you may be right about the perception, John.
But the perception is you have an afro,
Right.
and you're wearing a backpack,
Yeah.
and you're making creepy eye contact.
Yeah, and I shouldn't be with my beady little eyes.
They're not beating. I think you are very, like, sweet-looking, and you look harmless and friendly.
Well, I'm not.
Why does everyone think you're such a creep?
I'm dangerous and creepy.
Okay.
And if you're listening to this show, which I know you are, everyone in the world, and you see me on the street, the last thing you want to do is approach me.
Right.
Because I'm in a vulnerable state right now. Everybody knows that mentally I'm going through something with my transition.
Right.
And it's something where I don't need to be bothered. It's constantly on my mind. Like, do I become a fully functioning wombat or just get the fur implanted?
I wanted to say publicly that I completely support you
Thank you.
transitioning to a wombat.
Thank you.
I will be here for you whether you are Sam or
Sam the Wombat.
Sam the Wombat.
My wombat name is Sam the Wombat.
Okay.
Yes.
Whatever you choose to be, I will love you just the same.
Move over a little bit.
I don't think it sounds
That's better.
good.
That's-
Fine that I'm talking here, but I think I sound like I'm in a box.
Yeah, but at least I can hear you.
Cool.
And hear your box. What's going on, Snowy? Welcome to Sam Roberts Show here with Nicole Ryan.
Samuel, how you doing, sir?
Good.
Nicole's right. You are harmless. You actually said you're Who Kid's bodyguard?
I am. When we walk these mean streets.
That's like me being a fitness trainer, dude.
You sound like you could be a fitness trainer, dude. Don't let anybody spoil your dreams, and I can be a bodyguard if I want to be. But is that... I don't know, because you get people all the time, and I was out in L.A. recently, and there was literally a parade of people marching down the street saying, "Don't go to hell, don't go to hell," and trying to give out pamphlets. The sales pitches that people come up with, just watch Boiler Room.
Right.
And listen to those guys operate. You think any of them would be like, hey, do you have a smile in your kitchen that I could talk to? What? Well, now that I have your attention, let me tell you about a stock. What? Who is this?
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, but those people, I mean, that's what they believe, and that's their life, and they choose to believe that sad shit, and just keep walking. I don't know why you're paying them any mind. It's really upsetting you.
I see what the problem with
See?
your mic is.
I can't hear. I sound like I'm in a box.
Can you hear? Oh my God, that's amazing. How much did you guys miss my voice?
Well, I'll tell you this. Apparently I'm producing and hosting, Paul.
Wow.
Let's go to Bill. What's going on, Bill?
Not much, Sammy Brand. Last summer, I was leaving a concert, a Fish concert in Chicago, and this guy was handing out CDs, I thought, and so I grabbed one, and he said, "All right, hey, you bought it, $10. And I was like, no, I don't want to buy it. He was like, "No, it's in your property. It's yours now." So I snapped the CD, and he immediately, punched me right in the fucking mouth.
my
man.
He did?
Yeah, immediately. And I was drunk, so it might have, been a little more mouthy than I believe.
Yeah, but I always thought that those CD guys operated strictly on intimidation. I never thought that they would actually assault in, a public place.
No, it was just so quick, dude. And I think I probably said a little more than, I'm saying now, but I was just like, all right, it's mine, and I just snapped it, and it was just immediate, bam, right in the mouth, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, dude, I'm sorry." And he was like, "Where are you even now?" And I kept on walking.
You didn't go down, though.
Hell no.
Good for you. Good for you. But I do think it's funny, though, that you got punched in the face, and your first reaction is to just start apologizing. I don't know what I did, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He thought he was gonna die.
Kentucky, dude. I'm from Kentucky.
Thanks, buddy.
I bet you're one of those guys who doesn't give when someone's playing music in the subways or something. I bet you're one of those guys who doesn't give them any money, not even $1.
It's got to be really fucking good. If it, impresses me, if I'm stopped and I go, whoa.
Right.
That's some real talent. They should be doing more than this. Then you get a big fat buckaroo.
Right.
But beyond that,
Okay.
If it's just a guy who's out there, I once saw a guy. He had a microphone and he had amplifiers and he had all the equipment and he put a guitar case out in front of him and then he proceeded to stand in front of a microphone and lip sync songs.
Wasn't working for you.
No, and people were still stopping and giving him dollars. And I was like, for what? I could do that. If I'm going to pay somebody, it's got to be for something I can't do myself.
Right. Okay.
And if I'm going to stop and talk to somebody, it's got to be because they impressed me, not because they're asking me about my smile. You know what we used to do in 3rd grade when we first started asking people about D's nuts? The other thing we started doing was we'd walk around the halls, and everybody in school was doing this. If you didn't get this joke, you were not fucking cool. You'd walk around the halls, and you'd go, "Hey man, you dropped your neck." and then people would look down, and we'd just laugh our asses off. Because how could you look down if you didn't have a neck? If you had dropped your neck, you couldn't look down for it because you need your neck to do that.
How long did that make you laugh for?
I mean, hours. We go to class and go, remember in the hall? Remember when Eric was looking, Eric was looking for his neck on the floor.
But he couldn't.
It was on his shoulders because he had to use it to look down. Maybe he had to be there. I don't know.
Remember when that shit made you laugh?
It still does.
It was all that it took. It still does.
Oh, shit, Nicole, you dropped your neck.
I'm not falling for it.
It would have made me laugh. But so that's why when people ask me, they've asked me on the street, hey, excuse me, sir, you dropped your smile. I go, you're not going to get me. Who, do you think I look like a fucking idiot to you?
Yeah.
Like, that makes me want to punch somebody.
I'm not your bitch.
No. Let's go to George in Texas. George, welcome to Sam Roberts Show.
Hello, Sam. Hello, Nicole.
Hey.
I want to tell you that you should go to Vegas sometime. Those guys that stand beside the road and they actually slap these cards in their hand and try to hand them to you, and they're pictures of naked girls and they're prostitutes wanting you to get some business going.
Yeah, but do they actually, like, once you take the card, can you just walk away? Is there a phone number on it? Or once you take the card, do you have to start a conversation? Because it's not even so much that they're conducting business on the street. It's the idea that they want to have a conversation with me. Because there's nothing that I would like to do less than have an involuntary conversation. If I'm having a conversation with you and it's a real good back and forth, you know that I'm intrigued, because I will never have a conversation that's worth anything with somebody that I don't find interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to have a conversation with them because they don't speak English.
That's, I like that. I like that. Put somebody out on the street that doesn't speak English, they put a card in your hand, and you keep walking. I don't mind that at all.
Up near where I live, there's a lot of, hi, excuse me, do you want to stand up for LGBT rights?
Absolutely
not. Do you
not.
want to adopt a child in, I don't know, Uganda? And something about Planned Parenthood likes to stop me a lot, too.
See, and I almost feel somewhat remorseful, because there are people like that I would stop for.
Right.
Like, I do believe in LGBT rights, and I do support Planned Parenthood, but I will go online and check a box for you.
Right.
You know, I will maybe donate at the cash register for you, but I am not going to stop and talk to you about this, and I am not going to commit to anything with you on the street. I have enough trouble with commitment in my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop and commit to anything.
Right.
Like, Greenpeace is always outside our building.
Yeah.
That's serious.
They are.
Greenpeace is always like, hey, can I talk to you about oil? And I go, nope. No, you can't. You know, may you? That's what I should start doing.
Yes.
May.
Yes.
May you talk. Oh, okay, fine. May I talk to you about oil? Absolutely not. No.
And also the little texting thing I told you.
What
that
thing?
doesn't work, you know, like you pretend you're texting
Right.
so they don't bother you. I got one of those guys was like, hey, I'm right here. You don't have to text me. So they're starting to work that, and they see that
And
people
it-
are using that.
It's like, is this a sales pitch? Is this a pickup line? Is this charity? If it's charity, and you're trying to do something charitable for the planet, you shouldn't have to sell people that hard on it. If you have to sell people that hard on your charity, it's probably worthless.
Correct.
If people don't want to stop and be like, oh, I know exactly what that is, I want to help with that. If you have to convince them, if you have to, you know, boiler room them into helping your charity, it's probably a terrible charity.
I agree with that.
Thank you. Bigger J.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How you doing, pal?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good.
Oh, you already said that.
That's right.
Yeah, when I was in high school, we used to walk around the hallways, and you'd go up to a girl, and you'd say, hey, did you get your reps in today? And the girl would be like, what? And then you grab the back of her head and pull it down towards your dick.
Right.
All right, get your reps in.
Reps. Oh, see, that's sexual assault.
Yeah,
actually.
I don't know how funny I thought that was.
No, it was great, because everyone knew that girls were sucking dick in high school.
Right.
And girls would always
Why else are they going to high school?
Exactly.
Right.
And also, that card thing in Vegas, 99% of those cards end up on the ground. So
Yeah, I mean, that's like the flyers that are passed out in New York. But yeah, back to I never went to school. And how old are you?
32, we're the same age.
Okay, we're the same age. Where'd you go to high school?
Northern Indiana.
Maybe that's an Indiana thing. Indiana, by the way, is the same state where that kid in Walmart was going to beat up that woman for getting into a fight with his mom. So I think Indiana is just a special kind of town.
And let me just tell you,
Well, that was in the boondocks, though. That was not like in any
That's not the highfalutin city where we force girls' heads into our crotches.
If you tried to pull the whole rep thing on me in high school because we were the same age, I probably would have bit your penis off.
You would have, like in Oz?
You don't like actually put their face on your penis. You know, they would pull away and run. Did I just say penis?
You did.
You did.
Yeah.
It's because I did.
Weird.
We're getting medical. We're getting medical on Sam Roberts' show.
Also in Vegas, my buddies had ordered one of those prostitutes. I was in a different hotel, and she showed up to the door, and they got scared and gave her $100 to leave. But it's a legit thing, though. I'm touching out.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, I never... but I think I would be way too afraid to do that to a girl in high school. I couldn't even talk to him.
And how did he not get in trouble? How did no one get in trouble? You can't grab...
Well, you know, Nicole, one thing you do have to keep in mind is boys will be boys.
Oh, yeah.
That's something to sort of... Let's factor that in.
Pulling their hair down to my crotch.
Yeah, boys will be boys. Like, relax. You didn't have a dick forced in your mouth, so chill out.
Yeah, the dick didn't actually go in.
No.
There was no insertion.
No.
And he didn't mean it.
And it's not like you weren't sucking cock anyway.
Right.
Like,
you asked for it.
you know, do you have to choose which one? One is just as good as the other.
Right?
Let's go to Butch in California.
Hey, Sam, what's going on, man?
How you doing, Butch?
Hey, two things. One thing that they started out here in California is, like, you'll walk into a supermarket, and a guy will be holding a sign that he needs money, and he's, needs food, and he has his kids with him, sitting out front. So you feel like, holy shit, you feel terrible because they bring their kids out. And then when you walk out, it's like the movie Airplane. You got fucking Greenpeace, you got big children.
And they're all saying, well, you stopped for him, you should stop for us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what about homeless people? Why do you help homeless people? And I always point to the homeless people.
The homeless thing, that bothers me a lot. It's hard for me to pass homeless people. And Matt always gets mad and is like, don't give them money. They're going to go buy drugs with it. But, I mean, they're still
Who cares
homeless.
I don't like that either. Like, let them buy drugs then.
Yeah,
Like,
if that makes them happy. They're like,
Right,
you're so shitty.
they don't
Take
have a
my
house.
money and go buy drugs. If that's going to make you happy for even an hour of the day,
Right.
then I'll give you the money for that.
I was walking with Paul back to Sirius yesterday.
Yeah.
And we walked by a homeless guy. Paul has a heart of stone.
Does he
He's
really?
not a nice guy. That's why he does such a shitty job getting the show ready for
Yeah.
me, because he doesn't care about me.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have a thought in his mind
No.
of what's going to make me happy. He could give two shits what kind of mood I'm in.
Selfish.
He's not reading me, nothing.
Right. He's not
Nothing.
in tune with you.
No, never.
You're
Because he
not
doesn't
one.
have he's soulless.
Clearly.
And the reason I found that out is because we were walking, and we walked past a homeless person. No, I don't know. I was probably talking about the show. And instead of, he interrupts me talking about the show to say, yeah, I hate when homeless people have cats.
What?
I was like, what?
You hate when homeless people have
And he was like,
cats?
Oh, dogs?
Right, like you feel like they're not being taken care of.
And he goes, it's not what he said. He goes, I hate when homeless people have dogs. And I was like, you do? And he goes, yeah. And I go, why? And he goes, because what do you need a dog for?
I mean, he's right.
Yeah, but because you need companionship. You're homeless.
But
You got no friends.
Just so you know, when you see that a lot of the time, the animal's usually taken care of better than they take care of themselves.
Yeah, what are you going to put him in a shelter and kill him instead? Well, yeah, then at least I wouldn't have to look at him. That's what Paul was thinking.
Yeah.
He's because he needs companionship. Homeless people aren't friends with each other. They jack each other's shit constantly.
Yeah.
Plus, it would stop him from approaching me because I go, take care of your dog, bro. Let's go to Trucker Dan. Welcome to Sam Roberts Show.
Sam Roberts, professional broadcaster. Congratulations on the full-time gig, man.
Thanks, pal. Every day here on Opie Radio.
I just wanted
It's
to
not a
ask
joke.
Nicole, when Planned Parenthood comes to see you, do you actually look at them and say, where the fuck were you a couple of years ago?
Totally.
You do.
That's actually the line I give them.
If I had known about you, I wouldn't have this leech hanging off of me.
Ruining my life.
You see, Nicole, that's why you shouldn't take my strategy. You should listen to the people who come up to you on the street, because maybe they'll have good advice.
Now I'm starting to see it your way, Sam.
Good. Let's go to Eric. What's going on? Welcome to Sam Roberts Show.
Hey, I just kind of wanted to talk about the double standard that we're seeing in the media these days.
What? We're not talking about that. We're talking about homeless people and religious people bothering you on the street.
I'm not religious necessarily. I mean, I believe in God, but the thing about what's going on is there's a huge freaking double standard that really pisses me off.
About what's the double standard?
Double standard is if you try to explain yourself against someone who is black or white or whatever.
What is going on?
Like, look at Ferguson, okay?
What?
Wait, is this a joke?
Okay, so are you saying that the people who were asking me where my smile was were from Ferguson?
Sorry?
I think he might be calling the wrong show. No joke. This happens sometimes.
No, I didn't call the wrong show.
He wants to know my opinion. I'm Sam Roberts, primetime Sam Roberts, and he's calling up because he wants to know what Sam Roberts has to say about God knows what.
Totally.
Yeah, I am asking you, Sam Roberts.
That's right.
What you have to say. Because there seems to be
Nicole.
a double standard.
Right.
And that's all I'm asking.
Well, I think, Eric, I appreciate the call, and to answer your question, I agree. There is a bit of a double standard.
Do you believe in Bigfoot?
Yes, I do.
Is there a heaven?
No.
I mean, what is
yes,
this?
I answered all the questions. Yes, Bigfoot exists. No, heaven doesn't exist.
Okay.
Let's
Thank you,
go
Sam
to Jacob. Here, that's what people don't understand.
Right.
Like, my opinion is very valued in these streets. How you doing, Jacob? I'm trying to explain to Nicole that, like, whether people want to talk about what we're talking about, or they just have, you're not used to this.
Right.
Okay? There are people who go through their lives and they wonder, what would Sam Roberts think about this? Before they make an informed decision, they call this show, whether it's what we're talking about or not. Go ahead and do it. I'll tell you how I feel. Jacob, that's why Jacob's calling in. Welcome to the show, Jacob.
It is great to hear you 5 days a week is awesome, I have to say.
Well, thank you, Jacob.
And I want to say that with the handing out the flyers and stuff.
Yeah.
I almost got a job doing that like 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was starting a pizza business. And I thought I was going to maybe deliver pizzas for him or something because I wanted to make some extra money. I was working at a gas station at the time, so it would have been a second job.
Yeah, it works.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, you get a second job, you get some nice tips.
Right.
You know, second income, it works.
Yeah, so then he tells me, oh, no, I want you to hand out flyers. And I'll pay you like $5 an hour to do it to start. And then once the business picks up, then like you can get a driving job. And I'm like, all right, where do you want me to hand out the flyers? And of course, the worst neighborhoods in town. So I'm like, I'm not trying to get robbed while I'm handing out flyers, you know, for like $5 an hour. So.
No. And plus, everybody would hate you. $5 an hour for everybody in the world to hate you. I can't imagine. Everybody talks about the rejection that, you know, like actors feel.
Right.
You go to auditions, you get rejection. The amount of rejection that those people holding out flyers, like Jacob, I would imagine that everywhere you go, people would be being, no, I don't want to talk to you. I don't care what you have for me. Yeah, can I give this to you? No.
He wanted me to put them underneath people's windshield wipers on their car. So not only are you walking around in the hood, but you're fucking with people's car. That's like a golden ticket to get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
Jacob, you're a smart man and you did the right thing.
Thank you.
All right, buddy.
It's like a telemarketer. They have equal rejection.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All day. Screw you, click.
Right. You're interrupting fucking dinner. You should hear my dad flips out on these people.
Know.
Let's go to, usually, I always know when there's a telemarketer, when my dad goes, hello? And then, you know, there's the other line. You say, hello? Jason? Your name's not Jason.
That's how he gets them?
You know why?
Tell them that's not their name?
Because it's always somebody from Bangladesh who obviously isn't named Jason. He's like,
now.
That's not your name.
I love him.
I always know when there's a telemarketer when my dad is arguing that somebody's name is not their name and he's been deceived. He will not take deception over the phone.
Papa Roberts is the man.
Speaking of Jason, the real Jason the trucker, is on the phone. What's going on, buddy? Awesome. Thank you for the call. Your name's not Jason. What's up, dude? He got scared. Let's go to Chuck.
Hey, Sammy.
What's going on, Chuck?
Hey, I find out the easiest thing to say to people that come up that try to, you know, want money from you or want you to join their religion, just tell them to fuck off.
Okay, that's one route.
It's creative.
That's actually, I'm going to try that tomorrow. Tomorrow, somebody's going to come up to me and go, excuse me, sir, where's your smile? And I'll be like this, fuck off.
With a smile.
Yeah, I'll be smiling. I'll go, right here.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I like it. Can you do it?
I'll try it.
Have Paul videotape it.
He's not going to. He'll just point the camera and he'll go, "You didn't say you wanted it on."
Does have a heart of stone.
Oh, he's just an asshole. Joe in Queens?
Hey, Sam. One time I'm on the street. Guy comes up looking for money, so I have a huge handful of change in my pocket. I give it to him. As he's walking away, he starts picking out the pennies and throwing them on the floor. Look at him. I'm like, are you kidding me? Look, you're that rich that the pennies don't even matter.
Yeah.
There's probably a couple dollars worth of quarters in there as well. Ever since that day, I do not give them change anymore.
Because they don't want your pennies.
It's funny, I do the same thing.
What, throw out pennies?
When I'm like cleaning out a purse or something, there's change at the bottom of the purse.
Yeah.
I don't. Sometimes I have thrown them out. I know that's not right.
Right.
Yeah, like they don't help me. They have no use for pennies. You need a penny once in a blue moon.
Is Jap an offensive term?
I mean, it's not terribly nice, but I wouldn't call myself a Jap.
Okay, I just didn't know for sure. I was just asking. Let's go to Jacob in New Mexico. What's going on, Jacob? And I don't mean like Japanese Jap.
No.
You know what? Okay.
Jewish American.
What's going on, Jacob?
Hello?
Hello.
I'm Duffy from New Mexico.
Then why?
Oh, here we go, Paul.
People call up, and all they want to do is hear their name on the air. They call Sam Roberts show, and they go, "Oh, you know what the funnest part of this is going to be? I'm going to get to hear Sam Roberts say my name, especially with a guy whose name is like Duffy, because it's a special name, and I'm not going to say it that often. And you don't listen to him, and you don't write their name.
Wait, what did you say? What did he write down his name was? This is Duffy from New Mexico, and
he wrote his name was Jacob.
Jacob doesn't sound like Duffy at all.
Like Duffy.
You blew it.
All right, so Jacob, what's going on?
I just got back from a cruise and we landed in Seattle.
Nice.
And I was walking the roads of Seattle, and apparently that's the dead end of all the hippies that are just walking the roads.
Yeah.
And I heard one guy. He just started walking next to him off a stoplight, and he just started talking about eating pussy, and just went on. He had a pretty good poem, and then I finally walked back to my hotel, and then I saw this girl just drinking like a whole bottle of whiskey, and two guys with her, and she thought she was in Las Vegas apparently, and we're just drinking on the street, just chugging this bottle, and this black guy was like, "Hey, you're going to get me arrested." And
Jesus Christ, where were you? This is like American Horror Story.
Yeah, seriously.
They're just characters coming out of nowhere. Were you in a homeless like park?
No, well, apparently it wasn't. It was a really good hotel, but it wasn't in a very good neighborhood.
No, apparently not.
Right down Main Street, Seattle.
I will say, I think West Coast homeless people are much scarier than East Coast homeless people.
Yeah?
Because they're all fucked up on drugs all the time.
Well, the thing is also, I feel like there's more of them. Like, have you ever gone down by like the water, like in California? Because it's
Venice
such nice.
Beach.
Yeah, Venice Beach is like, they're literally sprinkled all over the place because it's such nice weather.
But you almost want to be homeless when you're out there. Like, why get a house?
You don't need one.
You don't.
You get a hammock.
Right.
And you're good to go.
You get a house, that means you have to get a job to pay for the house.
Rent.
You have to do. Whereas this is a beautiful day, followed by another beautiful day, followed by a third beautiful day. I don't have to pay for anything. I don't have to do anything. So maybe I'll just sit outside for a bit. I get it.
I mean, watch beautiful people. Probably great food. People just taking a couple bites of something, throwing it out.
Right.
You're good to go.
Right. Ronnie the trucker, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? Hi, Nicole. Hi, Sam.
What's up?
Hey.
At the truck stops, there's homeless people all the time. And I saw this guy selling bags of socks. And I was like, sweet, I could use socks. $5 for a bag of socks. So I throw him $5. I get the socks. I open them up, and there's no feet. It's just legs on both ends. It's just a giant, like, LeBron James sleeve.
So I don't even. What was he using the feet for? Was it just to be like, I'm going to sell these to people just to tell them to go fuck themselves?
I do believe he just got them from somewhere and bagged them up himself and had like a heat press thing and just sold them as complete socks. I feel duped.
You were duped. You were very much duped. And I'm going to tell you this: there's somewhere a homeless man walking around with cut off socks covering his feet, $5 richer.
Yeah.
While you've got your LeBron sleeves on, and it's not helping your hoop game at all.
But I do look cool driving down the road with my LeBron sleeves.
I bet you do.
I bet.
I hope they're compression sleeves. You don't want those blood clots.
No.
Dan.
Are we sure his name is Dan?
No, I'm not at all, because Paul wrote it. But what's going on, Dan?
Hello?
Yeah?
What's your name?
Sam?
I'm not going to talk to you.
Oh.
Let's go to Jason. What's going on, Jason?
Hey, Sam, sorry about earlier, but
this was Jason from before.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. He wrote me down as Jason the trucker, not Jason from Detroit, which threw me. I'm sorry.
That's a big Paul problem. Go on. Yeah. Why don't you hashtag, go to @SRShowSXM today, and I want you to tweet @SRShowSXM with whatever your hashtag Paul problem is. Everybody out there, hashtag Paul problem and what he's done to fuck up your life today.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, I can't handle it in 140 characters on my end.
Even if he didn't, even if it wasn't his fault.
It probably was.
Probably somehow we could just, trace it back to him.
It's the vibe he's putting out there.
Right.
So what's going on, Jason, in Detroit, Paul?
Thank you, Sam, for the proper introduction. I am a truck driver, though, and every time we do go to truck stops, like the guy said, we're always getting hit up by people begging for money. It's always the same story. Oh, I'm traveling across country, and I left my wallet back home, and I need money to keep going. I mean, why wouldn't you call your friends and have them wire you money? Or why wouldn't you do something else?
Because you want money for drugs.
Yeah.
Because it's not because he's fabricating a story. He's tricking you.
Also, if you have, if you're homeless, you probably don't have a bank account to get anything wired to. I mean,
right.
You gotta think about this logically.
Right.
Or the other one I've had is people try to sell me fake jewelry as real jewelry and do the same thing, and then I run across them months later and they have the same story.
Wait, you know, like when in movies and stuff, people used to like bite it. Like you bite jewelry. Why do you bite jewelry to see if it's real? Because
gold, if it's cheap metal, it'll bend.
It will bend.
Yeah, if it's cheap, if it's like an alloy or something, but like a thick piece of gold, you better be fucking Jaws from James Bond if you're gonna do any damage with your teeth.
Okay.
You know?
Right, totally.
Plus, maybe it's chocolate and you're having trouble peeling the paper off.
Get a nice little surprise.
You don't know. This isn't real gold, but it's delicious.
It's got a tasty treat inside.
Oh, I don't mind this at all. John in San Diego.
Hey, how's it going, Sam?
Good, pal.
I am calling about, I need to get your opinion on Brutus the Barber Beefcake. What's your opinion on him?
I get that. I understand why somebody would call with that question. Brutus the Barber Beefcake, average wrestler, hell of a barber.
Nothing about his parasailing face accident? No opinion on that?
Well, it probably sucked for him.
Okay.
All right, John, I'll talk to you later.
Awesome. His laugh is awesome. Also, side note, we need to start another hashtag. Clearly, your opinion is valued, and I think we should just start a hashtag that is, what would Sammy say?
What would Sammy? Why it has to be Sammy? Why can't it be Sam?
Fine,
what would Sam say?
My personalized one would want to be Sammy because I love you. But yes, what would Sam say? Because people just want to know, and you can ask any question you want in the world. Any life question that you have.
That's true. I mean, I can answer them all. Hang on, actually. Let me, hey, Paul, why don't you,
You can do it, Paul. Whatever he's about to ask you, I believe in you, okay? I'm trying to be more motivating than he's being.
Call, oh, whoops. Call this number. I'm giving it to you right now. Yeah, here it is. You can just, you don't have to write it down. You could just.
It's right there in front of you.
Paul!
You don't have to.
Does that line work? You can hang up on somebody if it doesn't.
I'm nervous. What are you doing?
He's dialing a phone number. X-Pac.
X-Pac?
Called into. You weren't here. Taylor was here when X-Pac was on the show. Everybody knows X-Pac.
When was Tay on the show?
A couple weeks ago. Not on the Daily Show.
Okay.
This was it's on YouTube. X-Pac was on the show. Don't get jealous, Nicole.
I'm sorry.
I told you, by the way, last week, Jackie Moran was in here, and I explained to her that the reason I keep inviting cute girls on the show is because I'm gonna implant the idea that they could be regulars in all of their heads, you included, until I have a Hunger Games scenario where I can put all of you chicks in an octagon and watch you all fight it out over the ability to just hang out with me for a couple hours every day.
Sick fuck.
That's my plan. X-Pac was called into Opie's show today because Chyna was on. You know who Chyna is?
I know Chyna. Who's X-Pac? It's a wrestler?
X-Pac is a wrestler who had a very sordid past. Last time he was on the show, well, I'll give you a hint. X-Pac is a very honest guy. This is something we got out of X-Pac last time he was on Sam Roberts' show.
Welcome back to Storytime with professional wrestler X-Pac.
I was mixing coke and meth. What the fuck? Holy shit, man. A few times I thought I was going to die. Like, I thought my heart was going to explode. I started to fall over. And as soon as I recovered, I fucking mixed me another one up and did it again.
Is it wrong?
Stay
I think that
tuned
sounds
for more
awesome.
fun stories from professional wrestler X-Pac here on Sam Roberts Show.
So X-Pac had a relationship with Chyna. Chyna was on the air. They did a sex tape together. X-Pac has talked about it many times.
She was also had a lot of drug problems too, huh?
Well, that's what we were saying, that she has had a lot of drug problems, but she came on Opie's show today and basically said that she did not have drug problems and that she blamed X-Pac for pretty much everything.
But wait, wasn't she on Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew?
Well, I wanted to, he did a lot on the air today, but X-Pac's on the phone with us. What's going on, man?
Hey, Sam.
How did you feel coming off? So
sorry if I ruined it for your scheduled guest today, buddy.
No, dude, not at all. X-Pac.
There's no way. I couldn't hear what was going on, but people were filling me in, and there's no way. If I have a chance, then I'm going to sit back and let her just continue to spread this bullshit, Sam.
Wow.
Well, that's why, I mean, you're a friend of the show, and I wanted to make sure. I was texting X-Pac the whole time Chyna was in the studio.
Really?
Telling him what she was saying, because she was talking about him.
Wow.
And she was, like, making accusations about, if you didn't hear it, listen to Opie's show on demand or when the replay comes on later this afternoon. But she was making accusations, she was, like, inferring that he did some gay shit. She was making accusations about him date raping her, about, like, basically just completely dragging him through this. And then, so I was texting X-Pac.
She's accused me of rape several times.
Wow.
Really?
Several times. I mean, I should sue the fuck out of her, Sam.
You should.
Yeah, it's slander.
And so X-Pac, I texted him and I said, Chyna's going to be on the show, on Opie's show. And he texted me back and he goes, oh, okay, cool. Let me know if she says anything crazy. And I appreciate, Pac, by the way, that you protected my anonymity by just saying that you had heard and you didn't, make a big production out of the fact that I was sitting next to her.
Shit,
yeah, totally. But he was like, I think I talked to her online and I think we're cool now, but also I might have been catfished. And
I got fucking catfish, man, and most people wouldn't admit that.
Yeah.
But you know me, man. I'll admit just about I'll admit everything.
Clearly.
So I feel foolish. I was very like, at first I was like really relieved, like, wow, we can actually fucking bury the hatchet here, because man, to carry all this anger and all this resentment around, all these years, that's what's so self-destructive for her. That's one of the things.
Poisons you.
I've gotten over it, but it kind of came back to the surface again when I hear all this bullshit.
Do you think she's lying, or do you think she's like mentally ill and kind of believes her story?
She's lying.
She's just lying.
Bullshit.
She is.
Yeah, she's a pathological liar. I mean, she has so many things going on mentally. Like I couldn't even get her to go. Like I tried to set her up for like a psychologist, and she just worked them. She tried to work Dr. Drew, but he's too fucking smart for that.
Yeah.
Well, it is a mental thing. It's not just being a liar, because once you start to believe those lies, then it's a psychosis.
I wonder if she actually believes her versions of the stories.
Yeah, I think
she doesn't.
Also, when you tell yourself something,
she doesn't. That's why she finally started to admit shit, because I had her dead to rights.
She did start to. I did notice that on Opie's show today. Like, as you were questioning her, she came in saying that she's clean. She doesn't do drugs.
Right.
And then X-Pac was like, "Look, you didn't party as hard as I did," and that's why I believe X-Pac about this stuff, because he's been so honest about everything, even before this. Like when he just comes on the radio, he couldn't be more honest about shit that nobody would be honest about. That's just the place where he's at in his life. So
how many people fucking admit the kind of shit?
Nobody, actually.
You want to know why I do it? It's because most people out there have fucked up shit going on too. It's just they're afraid to admit it.
Yeah, that's true.
So a lot of people can relate. They just won't admit they can relate.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's what I saw. I posted the whole interview that you did last time you were on my show with Taylor in here, and I posted it up on YouTube. And almost all the there's either like pseudo-misogynistic comments about how much people don't like Taylor, or comments about...
Pissed me off, because
me too.
I loved the dynamic of her being in there. It made it not a wrestling interview. I get so sick of doing strictly wrestling interviews. I want to talk about life.
That's exactly what I was thinking when I did it, and I mean, I couldn't be more secure in my decision to do that. But
If they want to listen to that shit, go listen to a fucking wrestling podcast.
Right. That's not what that was. But people were commenting on it. I mean, you told story after story after story about being on meth and being, leaving your family and doing.
No, I told you shit I never told anybody before. There's some shit I told you that I was apprehensive to even tell therapists in the nut house.
What made you tell me?
Why not, man?
You're right. I agree with you.
I'm doing so good now. It's best just to get that shit out there.
How do you feel after?
A lot of other people fucking have gone through that same stuff too, Sam. Like, anybody that fucks with meth, if they fuck with it long enough, they're going to see the same shit I saw.
Pac used to shoot meth.
I heard.
Yes.
Yes, and then sometimes combine it with coke, which sounds wild.
Yeah, he had a wild...
Oh, man, I thought I was going to die several times, but I just kept loading the syringe back up.
Yeah. How did you feel after...
That's how screwed up I was. Most people are shocked. Most people that know me are shocked I'm still alive.
How'd you feel after you had your confrontation with Chyna this morning?
I felt fine.
Yeah.
I felt like, you know what? I was sad that she hasn't progressed at all. If not, she's regressed.
Yeah.
And she surrounds herself with all these yes people. And I don't know. I heard she had somebody with her today. That guy will be gone in a few weeks. She goes through people catch on to her shit. I've never seen her hold a friend for more than a couple of years before they catch on to her shit, and then she accuses him of stealing all her money or something, like she did her sister.
Did she look like she was under the influence of something this morning?
This morning she actually looked great, I thought.
Okay.
I was expecting her to be a mess when she came in, and she really didn't. She did not seem like she was on anything. She looked way better than I thought she would.
Good.
Yeah, she did. She
sounded good.
Are you going to be a part?
That just goes to show you it's not the drugs and all that.
Right.
That is making her be a piece of shit.
It's her.
She's just a piece of shit, basically.
That's news from X-Pac.
Yeah, anybody that would do the things and accuse people and falsely accuse the people of things that she's done, and some of the things I witnessed, I would have to say that there is a piece of shit component to the Chyna multiple personalities.
It'd be hard to, yeah, that's one of them, and it's strong within her, I guess.
I've seen the fucking devil in that woman.
Are you going to be part of her documentary?
That documentary is never going to get made. Who the fuck can make a documentary for $10,000 anyways?
That's true. She's doing a Kickstarter thing.
That's a fucking money scam.
I hate Kickstarter.
Do you?
I hate that. Give me money so I can do
You want to raise money? Just raise money. Just put it out there.
Just finance
it. You want to give Kickstarter party?
Go fund me. All of those. They drive me crazy.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I just wanted to see how you're doing.
I'm great, man.
Awesome.
I'm great, and I'm grateful that and I said this, and nothing against Howard Stern, but when she was on Howard Stern's show and accused me of rape, I wanted to come on and rebut it, and they wouldn't even let me on.
This is what I love.
Her talk about me raping her, but fucking wouldn't let me on.
I love stuff like this because, Stern has no idea how great of a guest you'd be in studio.
Yeah.
If he got you in studio, you'd be in there for 2 fucking hours telling stories.
And the thing is my friend is my friend Brent Hatley is I think the program director for his channels.
And they just don't. Well, look, it's good for me.
Well, I just I would never Brent and I's relationship. We I don't do business. I don't say hey, bring me on the show. Not like that. It's just it was good to see him when I saw him last time I was there, but
you got to pop back up and do this show again soon.
Yeah, sometime this week. Because remember when I texted you, I got a couple things I got to take care of.
Yeah. Well, definitely. Definitely. We'll figure it out. We'll get you on soon.
Well, I want to thank you very much, Sam. Thank you for the heads up and if she would have gone on and me not be able to fucking defend myself, I would have looked like a real piece of shit to a lot of people.
Yeah, I thought, and Opie thought it was important too that you get your say. So it was good, man. I appreciate the call and everything.
All right, man. Hey, I'll see you soon, huh?
All right, dude. I'll talk to you later.
All right, you guys have a great one.
All right, buddy. Bye. He's like the nicest guy.
I'm like so jealous that I can get to hang out with him. I want to be friends with him.
All right, so next time he comes up, you'll come in because his stories are fucking incredible. I'll get him up soon. We got to take a break. So much going on today. There's a Chet Hanks update I want to get into. You know Chet Hanks?
Like the Tom Hanks' son?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, the strongest rapper in the game right now.
Totally.
Chet Hanks. Yes. I want to get into that. Ian Halprin's going to be on the show today. He's going to be talking about Bobby Christina and everything else going on in showbiz.
I'm a little nervous about that.
I like this. This is a battle of the gossip columnists.
Totally.
It's Nicole's 411 versus Ian Halprin's bullshit. Either way, it's going to be a great show. Don't you dare go anywhere. He's showing his age very much.
I know.
Welcome back to Sam Roberts Show. We're here live, as you should know by now, every single day here on XM 103 Sirius 206. If you want to be a part of the show, you can call up 866-969-1969. That's 866-969-1969. Oh, my God. So much going on. Ian Halprin's going to be here in a little bit. I'm very excited about that. You've never met him, right?
No, I'm a little nervous.
Did you Google him? Google it.
You Googled it.
Google it. That's how he talks. He's so great. You're going to be talking like him by the end of this appearance.
I won't be able to help myself?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
That's going to be coming up in a little bit. We were talking about Chet Hanks last week. Who Kid was in here. Chet Hanks is the rapper son of Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Hardest rapper in the game right now.
He's not making his dad very proud, I don't think.
Well, he keeps calling people the N-word on Instagram.
And then you saw he was wanted in London for trashing a hotel room.
Right, which is badass. That's Rockstar.
But apparently he lost his mind because he brought 3 girls back and they didn't want to do it with him.
What?
And
what girls don't want to do it with Chet Hanks?
I don't know.
Seriously, tell me the truth. You know what he looks like?
Yeah.
Would you fuck Chet Hanks?
Yeah.
He's Tom Hanks' son.
Yeah, I would do it because he's Tom Hanks' son and because I think he's handsome.
You would? That's all it takes.
Yeah.
That's great.
Novelty, and he's kind of cute.
So what were these 3 chicks thinking?
I don't know, but that apparently, like, he lost his temper. He thought there was going to be, like, a drug-fueled orgy. This is what I was reading. He thought there was going to be, like, a drug-fueled orgy. The girls were like, no, we want to hang, but that's not going to happen. And he lost his mind and started breaking glass and shit.
Rap is so weird because it used to be, even though it wasn't true, you were convinced that these guys were real criminals and they'd really shoot somebody and then they're badass and blah, blah, blah. Now, you still have crimes happening at hip-hop shows. Like, the Hot 97 thing was a disaster.
That's my favorite thing.
Did you hear about it?
When you went?
No, this year.
Oh, this year. And you didn't go this year, thankfully.
No fucking way did I go this year. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
It was terrifying.
Did they tear gas him or something?
Yeah, they tear gassed the parking lot, which is what I wanted to do last year when I was there.
Yeah.
There's a big Rasta Monster trucks with just speakers piled up on top of speakers, speakers on speakers on speakers, and people telling me where I could and couldn't park. I've never driven into the wrong end of town within a parking lot.
Or felt whiter.
That's when I knew. Everybody's like, oh, I bet you're half black because you got an afro.
No.
Nope. I could barely survive at Summer Jam. That's still happening with the people who listen, I guess, to rap music. But you've got, like, Drake, who's, like, the biggest rapper ever.
Yeah.
He's, like, half Jewish and a former child star.
Not the biggest rapper ever.
He's pretty fucking big.
Totally big, but not the biggest rapper.
Okay, so is Kanye West, like, kind of the biggest rapper ever?
I mean, yeah, right now.
And he's, like, he lived with his mom in Chicago and was a producer when he was a teenager. Like, he's not a gangster.
No.
It's amazing what's happening now. Somehow Chet Hanks can survive. There was a time when Chet Hanks would be hung over a hotel balcony by his ankles by Suge Knight.
Yeah.
Not now.
No.
Not only is he getting away with calling people the N-word on Instagram and explaining that can't nobody tell him what to say.
Not no one?
Not no one, not no how.
No.
Can tell him what to say. But now he told TMZ.
Oh, God.
That he's been advised to stay off social media.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
It's weird.
You know who advised him?
Maybe Tom Hanks?
The quote is, my parents, they be telling me to stay off social media, period. And then he says, but they're the old generation. They don't get it. This is the new generation. We do things differently now. And this is the choice of a new generation.
Do you think Tom wants to sit him down and be like, you little jerk?
I think Tom wants to sit him down and say, listen, you fucking asshole.
Yeah.
You're not a rapper.
No.
You know why?
Never gonna be.
Because no rappers tell reporters that their parents told them not to do something.
The least badass thing ever.
Look, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I've been rapping for so long, and, you know, my dad be mad at me, but I still do it.
Yeah, that's
like,
no.
what?
No.
My billionaire dad is mad at me.
Weak.
He played Woody in Toy Story, yo.
What did Who Kid say?
Well, Hookah just kept repeating that he's friends with Chet Hayes.
Oh, he is friends with him.
Of course he's friends with him. He's Tom Hanks' son. It's a complete fabrication of a relationship. But he kept just repeating it. He's like, that's my boy, though. That's my boy, though.
Right.
But he completely agreed with me.
Okay.
Then, not only do you have that story, where Chet Hayes is sitting there being like, yeah, my dad's mad at me, yo. What?
No.
And you're a rapper? But now this,
I wouldn't even say that.
No,
I'm not a rapper.
Look, I have a reputation of being the most coddled person in media.
Yeah.
That's right. Mm-hmm. The most coddled person in new media, and I'm taking it over anyway. But I would never come on the air at 31 years old and say, yeah, you know what was funny? Remember that story I was telling you yesterday? My mom was so mad at me.
She told me not to talk about it anymore.
What would people think if they were listening to somebody on the radio and they were like, yeah, I mean, the craziest part of that was my dad got pissed. Like, what is this?
You're also not helping your cause with the voice.
That's the only voice you could use to explain. Because the only reason you would say that is because you thought it was cool. And the only person who would think it was cool talks like this. I mean, my mom was so freaking mad, man.
My parents be saying stay off social media.
Like, I was on talking to this girl on Twitter, and I called her a bitch or whatever because she stopped responding. My mom was so freaking mad, dude. My mom was freaking PO'd. I was like, I don't know how to handle this.
Oh my god! Can that be your alter ego?
I think I'm just gonna start rapping instead. Like, I mean, even though, like, I tried to rap at first, like, I wore a sweatband and everything, but my dad was like, that's not how you dress, man. That's not how you dress. And if you want to live under my roof, you can't look like that. So I was like, whoa, Pop. And he was like, don't call me that, dude. I was like, okay. It was freaking nuts. Freaking off the wall, dude.
Just fell in love with you. Oh, it's amazing.
That's what I should do. Just talk about all the crazy stuff and never, like, always almost curse.
Yeah.
All the crazy stuff that I got into dealing with my rents, man. Dealing with my rents is like, oh, it's like, Mom, I want a burger for dinner. And she's like, it's hot dog night. It's like, come on. You know?
Okay, enough.
It's like, dude, don't do this to me. I'm Chet Hayes, bro.
I love Chet Hayes. It's amazing.
Yeah. Like, if Chet Hayes, would you sleep with him even if you were doing that?
As long as he doesn't reference his parents when we're in bed, I think I'd be cool.
Nicole, I know this isn't my rap voice, but this is what I talk like, so, but, like, we can be cool and hang out and everything. Just don't say anything. My rents are coming over, and I don't need them to know that, like, we're hanging out. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Thanks, dude.
Oh, my God.
So stupid. And then, who's the guy? Rubio, who's running for president. Paul Rubio? Is that right, Paul? Of course, you know, everybody's... Huh? Marco Rubio. I'm so obsessed with Paul today.
You just said Paul Rubio?
Paul Rubio.
I think even I knew that it was Marco Rubio.
Then why didn't you say anything? Because you had no idea.
Because I don't know.
No, you didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Marco Rubio, I guess, is a big hip-hop fan.
He is.
Yeah, that's right.
That's cool. Is he a big Chet Hayes fan?
Yeah, man. Marco Rubio is actually a really good politician. I think my dad's going to vote for him.
My dad's a big fan.
He's a huge fan. So I'm like, dude, if it's cool with Tom H., it's cool with me. T. Hanks, dude, that would be your rap name, Dad.
All right, so what did Marco Rubio say?
He was on the Fox and Friends, or one of those Fox News shows, and I think this is like when Mitt Romney's running mate, whose name I already forgot, he was obsessed with P90X. He decided, what'd you say? Paul Ryan. He decided that he was obsessed with, he was like, I love Rage Against the Machine. It's like my favorite band.
No.
That's what he said when they were running for president. And I was like, did nobody tell him, before he pretended that he likes Rage Against the Machine, did nobody tell him this is an anti-government anarchist rock band?
Yeah, they're hateful people.
Like, fuck you, I won't do what you told me.
Right.
Is a hook. That's the hook.
They don't want you endorsing their music, actually.
No. So now Marco Rubio is going on...
they don't want you co-signing their music.
You're the one person, Ryan, that isn't co-signing Rage Against the Machine. And I don't think most of the rap groups that Marco Rubio is citing necessarily want him co-signing. All these politicians, like, they're all struggling to come across as younger than they are, so they pretend to like these bands.
Right.
Listen to him talking. He said that he's a big Wu-Tang fan.
Woo.
Shaolin, that's right.
Oh, no.
That's right. Listen to him. So you'd think.
I'm nervous to hear it.
Nicole, are you a fan of the Wu?
I am not. I am not.
Do you have a favorite Wu-Tang member?
You know what?
What?
Tony Yayo. Is he in a Wu-Tang?
SG Unit.
Okay, sorry. Wait. I like Method Man. But-
Okay, METHOD Man?
Yes, I
Okay.
like him. I was thinking Tony Yayo because he hit on me back in the day when he
I
was...
thought you just liked his name.
I like both. That he hit on me and he's got a cool name.
Okay, so
Method Man.
even you could name a member of Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
You're not a fan.
No.
But you're somebody who's culturally, you try to maintain some semblance of cultural relevance.
Yeah.
Listen to Marco Rubio get questioned. His favorite member of Wu-Tang.
Okay.
It's not a tough question.
And your love of Wu-Tang Clan. Do you have a favorite member? I've always been wanting.
No, I don't know.
You can't pick a favorite?
No, that's like early '90s stuff, right?
Doesn't even know.
I've been reading all about you.
Yeah, well, no, it actually.
I was hoping you'd say
What a cheeseball.
Like, who do you like now?
I like,
who do you listen to?
Well, I don't know. Listen to, yes, not with my kids there, but Pitbull. Lives in Miami. He's great.
Yeah.
But I'm really still, there's a Sirius XM's channel called Backspin.
Yeah.
It runs all the stuff from the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Wu-Tang. Speaking of not wanting people to co-sign you, I hope nobody at SiriusXM thought that this was a good endorsement.
I was going to say, thanks for the shout out.
Yeah, like this fucking dork.
What was he like? I like them all equally. I just like, they're all close to my heart, those Wu-Tang.
Yeah, I like all the Wu-Tangs.
How many?
I just like Tang.
What is there? 7 of them?
They have a floating roster.
Okay.
Let's just say the RZA. It's an easy answer. Just be like the RZA, and people be like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
You could say the Jizza. Whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Ghostface Killer.
He got very flustered. He got nervous when that question.
Just be like, you know what? If he were at all cool, he would take his bottle of water that I'm sure he had because it's a media appearance.
Right.
And they'd be like, "Who's your favorite member of Wu-Tang?" And he'd be like, "ODB, pour one out." And he just pour out his bottle for ODB. I'd be like, "I'm voting for you.
Right.
You got this in the bag."
He wasn't prepped.
Yeah, you have to be prepped. You shouldn't have to be prepped to tell who's the favorite member of your favorite band.
Or he could have been like, he could have just been like, played it cooler than he did and just been like I liked Wu-Tang Man. I couldn't name any of them. I just love their music. Like,
Yeah.
I just love this song and this song. I don't know any of them.
Yeah, Busta Rhymes is my favorite, right? He's in that, right?
No.
He kept going, and then he started talking about Tupac and... Listen.
I still
That's a good dance one. I like
especially the
that.
stuff that came out of the West Coast and California in the 90s when Dre and then, Tupac went West Coast and abandoned the East Coast and all. That was a good time.
I like it. You're fun.
He's fun. Yeah. When Tupac was representing the West Coast, that was a good time. Cool. Let's call Tupac and see what a good time he had.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I forgot. He was shot to death because he was repping the West Coast.
Actually, we're not even sure if he's dead because his face was so covered in bullets that he was hardly identifiable.
Oh, my God. Marco Rubio,
Wow.
this is... If you're going to be a public figure, whether you're a politician, a musician, whoever you are, and you're going to do interviews, just represent your true self. Like, I like a lot of embarrassing shit.
Totally.
But I don't ever hide it, and I
No.
don't pretend to like cooler shit than I actually
No.
like. You're never going to catch me. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen of the Sam Roberts Show listening audience, you will never catch Sam Roberts saying that he likes something that's a farce. If I say, you know what, I'm into this,
right,
and you call up and you ask me a simple trivia question, don't go deep and try to fucking be a smart guy, be a smart aleck. But if you're like, okay, yeah, you like the White Stripes, who's your favorite member? I'm going to be like Meg White, everybody's favorite. But I'll have an answer.
They tried to humanize him and it just backfired.
Yeah. Horrible.
Horrible.
Why would you say Wu-Tang?
Yeah.
Like,
trying to be cool.
Killer Bees?
Him and Chet should hang out.
Yeah. My dad really likes you, dude. My dad thinks you're the shiznit. He thinks you're the stuff.
Totally.
Let's go to Chad in New Orleans.
Hey, Sam, I just wanted to say I'm happy he lied. I do not want my potential president to be bumping Wu-Tang and you know.
Bro, it's 2015.
Who cares?
You got to realize times are changing. Okay?
I understand that, but I need him to be hitting the books and studying this economics, not, cash rules everything around me.
You know.
what I'm saying? I don't need him rolling up to the...
How great would that be if he were doing a speech?
Like writing a speech.
And
they don't do that.
And they're like, or a debate.
Right.
So they're debating. And they're like, what do you know, Mr. Rubio, about the economy?
Right.
And he goes, cash rules everything around me. Catch the green, dollar bill, y'all. I'd be like, he's the man to run this country right now. You don't think Obama, You don't think Obama, listens to rap?
Oh, I'm sure that he does.
He does.
He does.
He's like best friends with Jay-Z.
Exactly, and Jay-Z mentions that as often as he can. You don't think like right before Obama goes into a meeting, you just like... He's like, all right, I think I'm gonna get this today. I think I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna fuck some shit up today. I'm gonna regulate. I think I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna show him who's boss. We got Bin Laden. Everybody forgets that we killed Bin Laden under my watch. Michelle is my #1 bitch. And that bitch is fine. And people forget that all the time. And she's with me. You're right, Jay-Z. First, these N-words gotta find me. And I'm not gonna let them do it. You don't think...
Fuck Jay Farrow. SNL needs you, man.
Sounded just like him, right? You don't think Obama goes into these meetings and uses some of this to get him hyped up? I think definitely. That's what I do. Anytime I have a business meeting, I listen to N-words in Paris before I go in.
I want to know something. I just found out for like the first time that part of the end we're gonna dance to one song only. Mm-hmm. Why is that in there? I just found out that was in there. I never heard
it's
that.
Fucking dope. Same reason why there's a Will Ferrell drop halfway through the song.
But like, why? Is Kanye just like a huge fan?
I guess so. Maybe Jay-Z was like, yeah, that shit is tight. Kanye was like, yeah, it is.
It's not though. It's so random.
We're gonna skate to one song and one song only.
One song and one song only.
They were probably just sitting there smoking some weed,
right?
Watching the ice skating movie, Blades of Glory, being like, yo, Jay, this shit is crazy. And then Jay was like, yo, Kanye, we gotta put this on our song.
We're gonna skate to one song.
And then they did it. And that song's the biggest song on the album.
It is.
So yeah, I mean, I fully support Marco Rubio listening to Wu-Tang, but he can't be lying about it.
No. Either do or you don't.
Yeah.
It's okay if you don't. That's fine.
That's fine. You don't have to, but don't lie about it, because that's the least cool thing.
Agreed.
That's like your fucking middle-aged husband coming out and being like, I think I'm going to start listening to Jack White. Okay, great.
It's almost as lame as referencing your parents on social media when you're trying to be a badass rapper.
That's exactly right. I feel like we've learned a lot. Listen, Ian Halprin is waiting outside. Okay. You want to talk about learning?
Yeah?
I mean, we've barely scratched the surface. Ian Halprin is, he's known as His Highness Hollywood.
What?
His Highness Hollywood?
I'm not calling him that.
Well, you should. I'm going to call him that.
Well, I refuse to call him that. I'll call him Ian. I'm not calling him His Highness Hollywood.
I'm going to call him His Highness Hollywood because that's what people know him as. He has written a new book. It's called Whitney and Bobby Christina, The Deadly Price of Fame. Now, this is interesting because only one of the subjects in this book is dead, just Whitney. Bobby Christina is brain dead, but still technically alive. Our friend Ian Halprin, His Highness Hollywood, has also written books about Michael Jackson after he died, and Kurt Cobain after he died. He recently wrote a book about the Governator while still alive. That was a big step for His Highness Hollywood, Ian Halprin. And Ian Halprin, you excited about this, Nicole?
Yeah, I am. And if you call it once, I'm going to reach over the console.
His Highness Hollywood?
Fuck you up.
All right, well, we'll see how it goes in just a few minutes when Ian Halprin is live in studio with yours truly and Nicole here on Sam Roberts Show. In the meantime, we're going to skate to one song and one song only. Here on XM 103 Series 206. Again, it's every day, starting at noon Eastern. If you've missed any of this show, you've really missed a lot. You're going to want to listen on demand when the show goes up later this afternoon at SiriusXM.com/on-demand. You can see what's been happening and what is happening on Twitter at SRShowSXM. Follow along at SRShowSXM. Of course, my good friend Nicole Ryan is hanging out here with me today. And my thing is I like to introduce my friends to my other friends. I like everybody to get along. I like everybody to know each other. And that is my motivation today in inviting to the studio His Highness Hollywood, Sir Ian Halprin. How's that for an introduction?
Das magst.
I mean, can we just call you Ian?
You can call me whatever you want.
His Highness Hollywood's a little better, though.
No, listen, it's great to be here.
Yeah.
Roberts, congratulations on the show. I'm really proud of you. I knew you when you were like practically panhandling in front of the Sirius building.
No, that's right.
You were covering my bed-ins, but no, seriously, I'm really proud of you. And you got a wonderful woman here.
That's
I
right.
know this big ring on her, so I won't hit too much on her.
Right.
Too hard on her. But
I've been
really,
working on it.
she's
I've been
good
working on
people.
loosening that thing up.
And you have a great face for radio, dude. Congratulations.
Okay, Ian, look, here's the thing. I noticed you. I know your game. Number one, I'm not going to let you take over this interview. You love to take over interviews. I know that game. Number two.
No, I like to be dominated.
Number two, that's what you're here to do. You're here to be submissive today.
Yeah.
And number two, you said that to Opie yesterday, the face for radio thing.
Yeah, but the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
That's not correct at all. 866-969-1969. 866-969-1969 is our phone number. You can talk to His Highness Hollywood, Ian Halprin, myself, Nicole. We're all here, so call up if you want to. Last time, well, maybe not the last time, but probably when we really sparked our relationship, it was when you were promoting your previous book, The Governator. Is that your only book about a celebrity that is alive both in their brain and everywhere? Because I know Whitney and Bobby Christina, The Deadly Price of Fame, that's the new book. Whitney's dead, Bobby Christina is brain dead, correct?
Yes, irreversibly.
Irreversibly brain dead.
So are you insinuating I'm picking on the dead?
I mean,
just cut to the chase, brother. Just cut to the chase.
Because before that, there was Michael Jackson, and there was Kurt Cobain, and it's like a lot of...
Google it,
okay.
If you Google it, Roberts, and I want you to fucking do your research, okay?
Right.
If you go through them, I'd say 75% are still living, breathing, and have not filed any lawsuits, because every motherfucking word I put in these books, if there's one falsity, I'll fucking jump off this building and commit suicide right now.
Don't do it, Ian. I like you. I like having you here.
No, but I have a good life insurance plan, and she's going to collect on it.
Yes, Nicole
Thanks
will.
for looking out for me. It's sweet of you.
Yeah, you're part of the tribe, right?
100%.
Yeah, let me ask you a question.
Okay, he's doing it.
Okay.
This is what he does.
I'll let him go for a second.
Who bangs better, the Jews or the brothers? And let's cut to the chase.
Nicole's had a lot of penis in her life.
Have you taken a lot of cock? Honestly.
I have.
Yeah?
I mean, I lived in my 20s. I had a good
So who had the
time.
biggest cock?
Tell me, Nicole.
Biggest?
The brothers or the Jews?
Well, the brothers, clearly. But I never dated a Jew.
Have you ever taken it from an NBA basketball player?
No, and I've never hooked up with any Jew. I've never even kissed a Jew.
Why not?
I don't know. It never happened.
Are you an anti-Semite?
No, it just never happened. And
Neo-Nazi?
Because Jews still can be anti-Semites.
Is that right?
I'm
Absolutely.
not.
Seems like a self-hating prophecy.
No, but
Don't spread falsehoods.
I'm not spreading.
All right.
I'm not
spreading.
I don't spread falsehoods.
Okay.
I don't spread anything on this show because we'll be too obscene.
That's right. But we don't want that on Sam Roberts' show.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Let's cut right to the motherfucking chase.
Yeah.
Whoa!
The best cock you've ever had.
Right.
And you're sharp. You're razor sharp.
Totally.
I can tell. What sign are you?
I'm a Virgo.
Virgo? So let me
what
What's happening here?
Here's the thing about Virgos. They have great cock retention.
August 28th?
Yeah.
26th. You're close.
I'm close, right?
Yeah.
You see what he does?
All my girlfriends
You're letting him
say.
take it over.
All my
I'm sitting
girlfriends
back.
say I'm close.
Right.
But
right.
you know what?
You don't hit that spot.
But it's not in life.
Right.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Right.
And I'm a closer.
You always finish, Ian.
I start slow.
I see.
That's how we like it.
Ian Halprin, tell me this. Do you come fast or slow?
I take it very slow, baby.
Good.
Nice.
Good. That's what people want to know.
Slow and easy.
You see how I regain control of this, Nicole?
Yeah.
Nicole, let's get back to the question.
No. Do you wear your sunglasses when you're in bed?
Absolutely.
You do?
Yeah,
you don't ever take them off?
And my umbrella.
Okay. Nice.
Just in case.
I'm a germaphobe, by the way.
Okay.
Are you?
Absolutely.
Are you?
I only do it with the umbrella. Mm-hmm. Even when I go down, I make her wear an umbrella.
Well, Ian, you must make her so wet she needs galoshes. Am I right?
More than that.
That's right.
She needs a whole dome.
That's right. She needs those giant boots you go fishing with.
Let's cut back to Nicole.
Take back control, Sam. Take back control.
Nicole, you know what I'm watching? I'm sitting here as a professional broadcaster that I am.
Totally.
Everybody, I mean, whether or not I'm a great broadcaster is no longer in question.
You're fantastic.
Thank you very much, and you're fantastic
You're the greatest thing since Howard Cosell.
I was actually just thinking that, but I like to watch my people like Nicole, who I'm trying to bring up to my level.
You and Howard Cosell?
Tell me.
About $200 million.
Well, yeah, maybe you're right.
Well, there's
but
that.
I'm working on that, and that's the difference between
You'll
me
get
and
there, Roberts.
Cosell.
Roberts, you will get there.
I appreciate that.
Roberts,
you would know.
You're a straight arrow.
Right.
I always knew you would make it to the top.
Thank you. You're going to be writing a book
Are you
about
a
me
top
once
or a
I'm
bottom?
dead.
Only once you're dead.
Once I'm dead, you'll be reading my biography.
Are you a top or a bottom, Roberts?
I'm a top. I'm a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't lay down for that shit. I control.
Are you going to do the Bruce Jenner surgery there?
Who knows?
You're considering it?
I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
And
Serious.
this has actually been a topic of conversation, transitioning. And Bruce Jenner has inspired me. The way Bruce Jenner was born a woman.
Yes.
In his mind.
His soul.
In his soul. He knew he was a woman from the time he was born. I have those same feelings, but I've always known I was a wombat.
Yeah.
I was born a wombat with the soul of a wombat and the brain of a wombat in this man's body, this masculine man's body.
Yeah.
So that's the transition that I'm
joining
making.
him on his journey.
Yes.
Love it.
And I don't know if I'm going to be fully functioning or not. I haven't made that decision yet. But I am watching Nicole, and I'm watching her getting taken in by Ian Halprin, and part of me wants to just step back and let it happen because it's called tough love, Nicole. You will not know how to do this if I do it for yourself. I'm not going to regain your control. You need to regain the control from him because he will dominate you.
No,
he sees
I don't
weakness.
dominate anybody,
He sees
Roberts.
weakness,
Roberts,
and he pounces on
I
it.
don't do that. Roberts,
You see me as weak?
Roberts, she's a Jew, brother. Okay, seriously.
She's a Jew, brother?
She's part of the mishpucha.
Is that like Sammy Davis Jr.?
This woman could, she could run you under the bus if she wanted to, Roberts, with all due respect.
I would let her.
But, I just asked her a question. I'm waiting for an answer, and she's going to answer.
I don't remember the question.
Neither does he.
Something about cock.
The best cock you've ever had. What brand, what breed, and the size.
I first of all, I've never measured any man's penis that I've slept with, but I mean,
but how far back in your mouth is the question?
I can't really say anything other than it was an Irish Catholic penis, and that would be my husband.
Yeah, right.
Good answer.
It's a
answer.
bullshit answer, though. It's a bullshit answer.
How long have you been married?
3 years yesterday.
Congratulations. Or mazel tov. Mazel tov.
There you go.
Let's go to Lady Trucker. She's got a...
Are you kosher? Not Lady Trucker.
Lady Trucker. You don't like Lady Trucker?
Lady Trucker.
I love Lady Trucker.
Lady Trucker.
Good afternoon, folks.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Ian. Nicole is a confirmed father fucker.
Excuse me?
I don't upset that you just like old motherfucker.
Oh, father fucker, because it's like motherfucker is father fucker is the feminist version of motherfucker.
Okay.
You don't actually have sex with people who have kids.
Trucker, how are you today, Trucker?
I hung up on her already.
Yeah.
Ian, we have too much to do today
Can we discuss my book just for at least 30 seconds?
About to.
Well, here's the thing. I was getting there, and I was asking you if Arnold, when you did the Governator book,
sure,
if he was the first living person that you wrote a book about.
And obviously, with all due respect, you didn't do your research because most of the people I've written 15 tombs. I've directed.
What's a tomb? What's a tomb?
You don't know what a tomb is.
I don't. It's like a headstone.
Google it.
Is that a street term for a book?
I'm not a professor.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I'm a distressor. So what you got to do is do your research.
You're right.
This is my 15th book.
It's incredible. And round of applause for that.
I'm not asking you to blow smoke up my butt or anything like that.
I'll do it. You know,
make it louder a bit. Come on, a bit louder.
There you go.
Thank you. No, but really, most of the people are alive.
I will tell you this. Arnold Schwarzenegger was definitely alive.
Celine Dion. James Taylor. I took on the whole Church of Scientology. Have you ever been
HBO?
Have you ever been way before HBO?
Those motherfuckers.
Hey, listen, stealing. I don't mind. Let them steal my shit.
Right.
Don't worry. A year from now, if I need the bread, I'll sue them. So
but you won't, Ian. Ian Halprin is a successful person who gets by on his own. He doesn't need to drop frivolous lawsuits.
I'm a good person.
You're a great person.
You play tennis, brother?
I don't.
Oh my God, could you picture him on the tennis court, seriously?
What's wrong with that? I'm an athletic guy.
What's your favorite sport?
Wrestling.
Besides playing with the tin flute every night.
How about this? Tonsil hockey. Tonsil hockey. I like making out with chicks is what I like to do, Ian Halprin. But
so, brother, most of them are actually alive. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Are they dead or alive?
They're both alive, very much alive.
I wrote a bestseller about them.
Well, you also wrote about
25,000 the first day.
That's huge.
It's not bad.
It's incredible. It's a great accomplishment.
For some, unknown Jewish, miserable writer from Montreal, Canada.
You're far from miserable.
Who speaks
You're
French.
glorious.
Tu parles français?
Un poquito.
No?
Un
poquito.
Have you ever slept with a French dude?
How about this one?
Yeah.
You have? How was that?
It wasn't great.
No. Why?
It wasn't great.
Body odor?
Why? He came in like 30 seconds?
No, he just didn't. He wasn't, there was no passion.
No passion.
There's no passion.
How about this one?
Are you a passionate
Ian Halprin.
woman?
Yes.
Uh,
Ian Halprin.
I could tell.
Je suis musi.
What does that mean?
I am Muzzy. Remember those foreign language
suis.
tapes?
I like the way you say je suis.
Je suis.
I'm not attracted to men, but when you say je suis,
Muzzy.
It moved a little.
My pants rise a bit.
I
Not
like that.
much.
That's why you're here. It's a sexual show.
It is. It's getting very sexual.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate you recognizing that. It got. There was a sexual energy in the room when you were promoting the Arnold book. That's what I'm getting to, because that was when our relationship really blossomed.
It did.
You had a bed-in to promote this Arnold book, where you stayed in bed for, what was it, 3 days?
3 days.
3 days in a hotel room in New York City in a bed. And I said, I got to go down and cover this thing as the media reporter that I am.
Nice.
True.
And I expected to have to fight, claw, and scratch my way into this hotel room, get past all the various different media outlets that were there to cover this. And I got to tell you, Ian Halprin, I was weirded out when it was just me and Troy Kwan from Opie's show, sitting in a hotel room while you were in your underwear in the bed.
Yeah.
And that was it.
How do you know I was wearing underwear?
What kind
Because
of underwear
you took your we were there for the start of the bed off, and you took your clothes off in front of us.
How did I look good in the raw?
You didn't look bad. You didn't look
Not
bad.
bad?
And tanned, by the way, no tan lines.
Did you get a bit of rise?
I didn't get a bit of a rise, but I will tell you this. There was part of me, and this was before we knew each other as well as we do, there was part of me that thought to myself, this could get really fucked up really fast. Like, I hope that this guy is a professional, because this could get fucking weird.
And it
Because it
didn't.
started weird. Well, it only got weird as the afternoon went on, and it wasn't even Ian Halprin's fault. I mean, it was weird that we were the only ones in there with him, but it got weird.
You haven't Googled that one too, Roberts.
No?
The biggest broadcaster in the world was there, the BBC. Have you heard
I told you I was there.
That's right. Well, you're number 2. But have you heard of the BBC?
I've heard. British Broadcasting Company.
Yeah.
Say that again?
British Broadcasting Company.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Perfect.
Thank you.
You sound like a true Brit, almost.
I spent some time growing up in England, but this isn't about me. It's about you.
No, it's all about you, brother.
No, for right now.
I'm actually here because
Yes.
I'm proud of you. You got your own show.
I appreciate that.
And I'm a big fan of Sam Roberts because he actually was there at the bed-in.
Right. And I go, and I thought I found it entertaining. I thought it was a great promotion.
He covered it on Sirius.
Nice. Covered it on Sirius. I videoed it. I did the whole deal.
But do you remember why I did the bed-in?
I remember that we wanted to take photos with you. Well, you said we should get a photo. We took a photo. Then Troy said that he wanted to take a photo with you, and then he asked for your permission if he could also strip down to his underwear and get in bed with you.
Classic Troy.
And you said, Ian Halprin,
He's a good DJ,
you said,
Troy, right?
You said absolutely you can, and he did that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was at the Warwick Hotel. But do you remember the premise why I actually did the bed-in? And that was the first book bed-in ever. Nobody's ever done that.
I believe it was a cheap publicity stunt.
Yeah, that's what you believe.
Right.
You gotta Google it,
I
brother.
didn't Google. I didn't
See,
Google.
Zero
what's
research.
the only motherfucking thing you can't do in the States if you're a foreigner? There's only one thing. You could do
rape.
anything.
Rape.
Except one thing.
Rape.
You could rape. You
Kill.
go to jail. Huh?
Kill?
Murder.
You could kill. Anybody could come here and start shooting.
That's true.
What
I mean,
is
he's
it?
right.
You know.
That is true. What
There's
is
only one thing you can't do.
Sleep. Jet lag.
You can't run for the
Presidency of the United States of America.
Commander-in-Chief, brother.
That's right.
And if you noticed, see, I'm getting worried about you now because you got to be thorough when you step into a room.
No, you're right.
You got to know what you're doing, and you got to really do your research. I had a big American flag behind me.
I remember that.
And I made a statement because Arnold
Schwarzenegger, not
Right.
Palmer.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
His track record was mixed as governor of California. I thought he did good on the environment, but he almost bankrupted the state as well. But if
That's
you
bad.
noticed, I had a big American flag.
I noticed.
And the only reason why I did that bed-in, because I believe the Constitution has one discriminatory clause.
Okay.
You come here, let's say you come here off a boat in bare feet to the United States of America.
Right.
You work your ass off.
Right.
For 20 years.
Like Arnold did. Like you did, Ian Halprin.
Well, I'm busy on the beach.
Right, okay.
But,
Still barefoot.
Get off his dick.
Yeah.
I'm
Seriously.
a fan. I'm a fan of Ian
Clearly.
Halprin.
But check this out.
I'm checking.
I did that to amend the Constitution. That's the only reason why I did that.
And that is why today our Constitution has been amended to reflect that. Is that right?
No, it hasn't.
Oh, okay. I should have Googled that too. I didn't
But we
realize.
got to start from
didn't
somewhere.
realize.
And again, in life, brother,
I'm not a history
it's
guy.
not how you start; it's how you
finish.
That's right.
It's how you end.
Came full
You
circle.
know what? I'm proud of you. I thought
Thank
by
you.
now you'd be staring at wood in perpetuity. I'm happy you're here.
What does that
breathing.
mean? I don't know what that means. Staring in wood?
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Nicole's
Listen,
not a
as
not a
long
smart
as you
person.
don't wake up every day and stare at wood, you're good to go.
Is that because what is that? What a dead person does, like the inside of a coffin?
Yeah.
Like Whitney Houston. Speaking of Whitney
There you
Houston,
go.
who's staring at wood in perpetuity, Whitney and Bobby Christina, the deadly price of fame. And it's fitting that you called it that because one of them is dead and one of them is brain dead.
Yeah, it's a sad story.
It is. And that's
on
what
a
it's-
serious note, it is a sad story. I'm a father. In fact, Rob knows my daughter very well. This is my good friend, by the way, Mr. Robert Delinsky.
Hello, Robert Delinsky.
One of the sharpest guys I ever know.
That's right.
Dangerous with his mind, dangerous on the tennis court.
Like those kids Michelle
And
Pfeiffer taught.
His story is incredible, this guy.
Right.
Incredible. This guy was run over by a truck about 18 months ago.
Look, Ian
Nobody
Halprin.
gave him a chance, and
But he
he's
didn't
here
write
today.
a book about the Houstons. You're here.
No, but this is my brother, man. Show respect.
I like you.
This guy is in the Guinness Book of World Records for 96 blood transfusions.
Holy shit.
Now, does it bother you? Because let me tell you this.
He's a good-looking guy, right?
Yeah, very
He's a
handsome.
great-looking guy.
Yeah.
Right?
But
for a Jew?
Totally for a Jew.
I'm going to tell you something, Ian Halprin. My friend Katie Linendahl, who does this show, is also in the Guinness Book of World Records for most high fives. So everybody has their strengths.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, we got to set priorities in life. And come on, let's bring some seriousness to this.
It's about
When
time.
you meet a guy like this who defies all the odds, show some respect, man.
I know. You're right.
Show some respect.
You're exactly right.
And when you're in the presence of His Highness,
Hollywood,
show some respect.
What's wrong, Nicole?
Just Ian works, I think. Just Ian.
Yeah, just a bit of respect, brother.
I'm
kosher to the bone.
Yeah.
I know
My
you are.
father's a Holocaust survivor, and I'm not shitting you. He hid in a cave.
That's incredible.
His whole family died next to him, so show some respect, man.
But
Don't fuck on the Jews in New York. That ain't cool.
That's why
That
you're
ain't,
a
brother.
survivor.
That ain't cool.
But I like the Jews.
You know, no, well, you like the Jews,
But would I put
you
myself in
shit on the Jews? Let's stop with the Jews.
Would I put myself in a room full of
We
Jews?
shit on the Jews too.
Would I put myself in a room full of Jews if I did not have deep respect for the Jews?
I'm kidding you, brother.
Thank you.
You know
Thank
what?
you, Ian Halprin.
If I gotta say I'm proud of you.
And
that's what a Jew says. We're always proud.
And that's not
I
Meshuggah.
always believed in you.
Yeah.
That's a good line.
Was that good?
That's a good line.
Thank you.
How's marriage, by the way?
It's okay. It's not bad.
Yeah? Tell me.
Fine.
Tell me.
It's not, Ian.
Are you getting it every night?
Can we talk?
I'm getting it as many nights as I want to get. But you know who's not
Is she
getting
happy?
it every
Is
night?
she happy?
You know who's not getting it every night? Bobby Christina. And that's what the book is all about.
Come on.
Whitney and Bobby Christina. It's in poor taste, I know, but the bottom line is that it's true. There's a lot of revelations in this book.
There is.
One of them is that a lot of this could be a money grab. Is that right?
I'm sure you said, you know, the first thing, dude, listen.
Yeah.
I'm an investigative journalist. I'm doing my job.
I know you are.
You know, money grab. Like, are you a money grab interviewing me today? Like, come on, dude.
A little bit.
Have you read the book?
Of course I've read the book.
What do you think of the book?
I thought it was very well told. I worry. Here's what I worry.
What else?
Yeah, let's hear it.
What do you think of some, and I wouldn't say this because I have too much respect for His Highness Hollywood.
Yeah.
But what do you think about those who would say that this could be construed as slightly exploitive towards the Houston
Do I
family?
look like I'm losing sleep over this?
Clearly not.
I can't tell. You have sunglasses on.
You want to see me without the shades?
No
There
bags.
you go.
No bags.
Zero
Ian
bags.
Halprin.
You know,
He's a well-rested
seriously,
man.
bro, I take my job very seriously.
Yeah, you do.
This is a very serious topic, so if we're going to get on this topic, I want to keep it clean because, you know, this is serious. I'm the father of a daughter,
right?
And my heart goes out to this family. This story is important.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. This is the best book about the music industry and entertainment. I'll tell you why.
Yes,
because
please do.
any aspiring person wanting to get into this business, their mother, their father should read this book. It will help them avoid the perils of this business. This is a dangerous business. And there was lots of drugs, lots of abuse, lots of wild...
What kind of abuse?
Well, there was verbal abuse, there was heavy drug abuse, there was mental abuse.
Who was verbal abused? Bobby?
Bobby Christina.
By?
Her friends.
What'd they say?
Members of her family.
What'd they say? What type of verbal abuse?
There was domestic violence.
Oh my gosh!
Police reports. Have you read the book or you haven't?
No, it's all in the book. I'm speaking for the audience.
You know,
Ian.
I'm not going to give out all the salacious details of the book, and then nobody has to read it. So let's cut to the chase.
You think she was murdered?
I thought that for
or
a second.
attempted murder.
Did you think
I
she was
thought that
murdered?
for a second.
I mean, she wasn't murdered because she's not dead.
It's a very good question.
Do you think
Sam,
this is attempted
because
murder?
You have two scenarios
Tell me
where
about it.
Whitney was found in a bathtub,
Right.
and then Bobby's found in a bathtub.
So a murderer could say to himself, I'm familiar with that story, I know it works.
But the forensic evidence doesn't point to that.
Oh, no.
There points to foul play, but I'm going with the cold water bath theory, and I expose that in the book, where she was found unconscious in her bedroom, and the people panicked, and they put her in a cold water bath face down to try to revive her and slapped her on the face.
I thought that Nick Gordon, her boyfriend, either accidentally or intentionally killed her and then got nervous and didn't know what to do, and how he chose to hide it was to put her in like she recreated her mother's death because that would make it look like she killed herself.
I guess that's another theory.
That's my theory.
So one theory is that she became brain dead after she was some kind of drug overdose, unconscious.
Yes.
They put her in the water to try to wake her up.
It's the most plausible theory.
But so what do they do? Just leave her in?
I specialize in crime investigations. That's what I've...
Are you a detective?
No, but
Okay.
I specialize in that.
All right.
And actually I worked with PIs on this case. Did you read the book?
Yes, I did.
It's all in there.
Yes, I
hired
know.
a PI for this
You're right,
book,
it is.
and I worked closely with her.
I watch a lot of
PI
Law and
who's
Order,
worked
so
with the FBI, the GBI, which is the Georgia Bureau of Investigations.
Right.
And we looked at every possible scenario, and the scenario we came up with that was the most plausible was the cold water bath.
So why did they leave her in the bathtub then?
Because the doorbell rang.
And what, they forget?
Gotta answer the
What's
door.
that?
Oh, shit, let's just leave her
But she
face
was out
first.
of- No, she was out of it already. They couldn't revive her. They panicked. The door rang. And presumably, there was a lot of drug paraphernalia in the house. They wanted to get rid of it.
Right.
So it was a whole mess. Look, the bottom line is, no matter what happens, this is a big tragedy.
Yes.
And it all starts back to Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston was a drug addict, one of the greatest voices in the entertainment business. Do you know anything about music, Roberts?
I do. I know a lot about music.
Do I look like a guy who knows about music, or I don't?
Well, you have a vest on, and usually people in the music industry do wear vests.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a musical thing.
Yeah.
Thank God Phil Spector didn't wear a vest.
That's right.
Did Bobby, Christina, and Whitney do drugs together?
You know, there's no conclusive proof. A lot of people.
But in your informed
could I answer the
opinion.
question? No, the opinion doesn't matter. My opinion doesn't matter. It's the people who are close to them that matters.
That's right.
A lot of people spewed these rumors to me that they did drugs together. There's no conclusive proof. Zero. So I didn't go with that in the book. One thing I did go was that Bobby Christina became a drug addict at age 14. She tried to stab Whitney during one of their heated arguments. They're, like any mother-daughter, they had a lot of heated arguments. And then
I've never known of any daughter who's tried to stab her mother.
Never tried
Then
to stab
she
my mom.
was admitted to a drug rehab center.
That's true.
drugs? What drugs?
She was addicted to blow.
Duh.
And, she was smoking a lot of weed and stuff like that.
So marijuana and cocaine.
She's a troubled kid.
Right.
So instead of getting her the right help and taking a step back from the entertainment industry, because as you know, you work in the entertainment industry, there's a lot of drugs, there's a lot of temptation. Of
course.
That was not the proper environment for this kid.
No.
This kid needed help. So every time they took 2 steps forward, it was after one big step backward.
Gotcha.
And today, it's a tragedy. And I really, I'm speechless. And one thing I got to say, a lot of people have asked about Bobby Brown's role in this.
Right.
And they think he's trying to profit. And by the way, Roberts, I got to say, the first question you asked me is if I'm trying to profit. That's what every goyim asks to a Jew.
That's
Are you
right.
trying to make money? It's so fucking racist, with all due respect.
Well, it's not racist. It may be anti-Semitic, but not
of course
racist.
Jews want to make money.
When you were
This
doing
is a free capital society.
Capitalist.
But what we do, man,
Yeah.
we do fucking good.
You do.
All right? We don't fuck around with
Well,
Jews.
you do it well.
Except Bernie Madoff. He's
a bad
We
Jew.
forgot about him by now.
Right.
But
Terrible Jew.
terrible Jew. huh?
Terrible.
Well, if you have
What
any,
do you think he's doing right now?
Getting banged in jail?
Washing some
Probably.
dishes?
probably.
Yeah.
If that's slang for ass sex, then yes. If you have a question for His Highness Hollywood Sir Ian Halperin, call up now, 866-969-1969, 866-969-1969. He's about as informed as anybody could possibly be about the Whitney Houston, Bobby Christina deal. And, he knows the industry. He knows Hollywood. That's why he's His Highness, after all. What do you think they ought to do with Bobby Christina now?
Pull the plug.
As
a father, how do you watch this? She's not coming back. She's not coming back.
You did say irreversibly brain dead.
Yes, and that's a fact.
And you're a doctor.
No, I'm not a doctor.
No.
Again, you think all Jews are doctors?
I wasn't
lawyers?
sure because you sound like a doctor.
What's wrong with you, Sam?
I'm not a doctor.
Oh.
But with all due respect, I accept the question.
Okay.
Good.
Now let's get back.
What do you think they should? I say pull the plug. How do you? Your daughter's not going to be your daughter. She has
I've become a fan here.
no quality of life.
This woman, seriously, she should replace Stern.
I love that.
Well, I mean,
you hear that, Howard?
I'm here too. I could go replace Stern, and she could be Robin.
You're
or
with
something.
the O and J channel.
I mean, I can move.
What is it? O and A now. O and J.
That's right.
The OJ thing scares me a bit. Maybe they should call it O and N. I hate the initials OJ
because of OJ Simpson.
No.
You don't
because
like
of orange juice. I'm allergic to it.
You don't like it. I understand.
The acid burns.
I understand.
Yeah.
So?
But you make a very good point. And with all due respect, I'll say this.
Yeah.
You can't. The doctors have come out. They say she ain't coming back.
Right.
They say you can't defy Western medical science. There's going to be no miracle here. So she could live in a vegetative state, maybe to 100 years old like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I respect your point.
Yeah, there's no quality of life.
However, I have a child.
Mm-hmm.
If it was my child, God forbid,
you couldn't do it. You couldn't pull the plug.
I might act the same way as Bobby Brown.
No,
it's possible. It's a difficult.
And you know, Bobby Brown, he's acted in this with quiet dignity.
Mm-hmm. Yes, agreed.
Quiet dignity.
Or someone's telling him to keep quiet.
How much is it going to take to make you my co-host in Miami, by the way? How much bread do you need?
I don't know.
For
We
that?
could talk about that when Sam's out in the room. Let's be respectful.
Ian, she's fine.
Yeah,
she's fine right here.
I'm a Jew here. I don't mind snagging her right out.
But she's fine right here.
You're poaching.
Now we know how Whitney felt. Did Bobby Brown believe that children are our future?
Really? Did you do that?
Let's go to the calls. 866-969-1969. 866-969-1969. You teach them well, and then you let them lead the way.
Yeah.
What's going on, Jimmy?
That's fun.
Hey, what's up, guys? Listen, I'm Mr. Halprin. For a guy who's pretty much speechless, you don't know when to shut the fuck up.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
very nice.
Brother, no.
He's an invited guest on Sam Roberts' show.
Do you have a girlfriend, dude? Dude, do you have a girlfriend?
I have a wife, you fucking shit dick.
I love your vocabulary, dude. You should be an author. You're so eloquent. Listen, dude. Dude, listen to me carefully, okay?
That's a lot of anger.
I'm telling you one thing. Go get help. Seriously. You need help, brother.
Good.
And there's people out there who are qualified, but get rid of the anger. Because the problem is, like in this book, I went undercover in Atlanta. I specialize in undercover investigations.
What was your outfit?
I was dressed as a PI, an assistant to PI. But anyhow, I went undercover in Atlanta, and I was appalled. There were so many angry people in that city, and so many people addicted to heroin.
Is that you think it's related?
Well, no, I didn't say that. That's a pointed question, but I'll answer that. If you let me finish.
I will.
Remember, I did the Kurt Cobain books back in the 90s.
Right.
And the movies.
Right.
All right. There was a lot of heroin in Seattle. But when I went to Atlanta
Kurt Cobain did most of it.
2015, I couldn't believe how much heroin in 2015 is going on in these cities.
Doesn't even look fun.
No.
Doesn't look fun at all.
I do think it's odd that anybody does heroin.
But look at them. It's not like they're partying. They look like they're miserable.
Yeah.
It was sad. It was sad. It was very disheartening. And the biggest thing that surprised me was how easy, accessible it is for these people to get.
Heroin.
Because a lot of it's because of prescription meds. They can't get their prescriptions anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So they turn to heroin.
Because it just numbs everything.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awful. Let's go to Richard in Florida.
Hey, got a question for you. When you say that she's brain dead, is she on life support where they're pumping her with oxygen, or is she just kind of laying there in a comatose state where she doesn't need to be hooked up to life-sustaining equipment?
Initially, she was on life support, and they tried to take her off. And you know, when you're on life support, you have seizures when they try to take you off. And she had violent seizures, so they put her back on. Apparently now they say she's breathing on her own.
Oh.
But, this is in the last month or so, and I've been, I had to submit my book about 2 months ago, so I'm on another case right now. So
what's the case?
I'm not going to tell you, dude. Otherwise,
You told me you were doing a movie about Lady Gaga. Did that ever happen?
Yeah, of course. It came out, it did very well.
Clearly you didn't see it.
Sold all over the world.
Not that much in the States, though. I didn't see it.
Well, it was on TV, brother. Are you out? Dude, you're such a... Seriously.
Come on.
Stop the act, dude. You're talking to a guy who's fucking sold his books to 150 countries, his movies to 150 countries, and you're making it sound like I'm fucking out of high school. Let's show some respect, dude.
No, you're right.
With all due respect, I come into your living room, I'm going to show respect.
And you have.
All right, but enough of this, dude. Come on. Let's up it a notch, dude, because it's classless.
You're right.
All right.
You're right. You're right. We should be here to lift each other up.
Yeah. Or just let's call a spade a spade. My Gaga movie was extremely successful.
I didn't
in the
know.
US.
I didn't know.
You gotta do
my
your
fault.
research, bro. Or don't. You can't talk unless you know your facts.
Right.
Education and action, Roberts. I'm a bit older than you.
A little.
At least a few months.
Yeah.
Education and action. And remember this.
Yes.
Because hopefully you'll outlive me.
Hopefully.
Education and action
Then I'll write your book.
Are the key to life. Education without action leads to sterility. Action without education leads to chaos.
Why are you so hateful towards the Jews, Sam?
That's a lot. I love Jews.
Not really sure what's going on here today.
I know that's not what that's
I
about.
love Sam.
Okay.
I love Ian Halprin.
I love Sam.
Look at this.
Oh,
look at this.
look at
Mega powers unite. Pinkies.
No, I love Sam.
What a
Roberts.
great secret handshake we have.
We go back a long way now.
Yeah, I know we do.
Many years.
We spent a lot of time together.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go to actually Den in Toronto. Is your name really Den?
Yes. Education action.
Okay, this is Roland.
Ian for president. Ian for president.
No.
Thanks, Dan.
You know who that is? That's not Den. That's Roland from.
I love Roland.
Yeah.
Roland. Keep Roland on the phone.
He hung up
He was
already.
pretending to be
I
Dan.
love Roland's a straight arrow, and I'll tell you one thing: no politics for me, man.
No, it's not for you.
I play tennis every day. I go to the beach every day.
That's why you want to get
I could probably
Sammy
beat you
on
at tennis.
the
I'm willing to
court.
give him 5 love, 40 love, 40-0.
You'll give me that?
I'm spotting you 5 love, 40-0.
Look at that.
I'll destroy
Do you
you.
accept
Sounds like
the
a
challenge?
challenge.
Let's do it.
Do the handshake with the pinkies again.
And the pinkies here.
Pinkies.
Boom.
There you go.
Last caller.
Tennis?
I used to play tennis. I used to be really
Do you
good.
do yoga?
I do yoga, yeah.
What type of yoga?
Whatever, Ashtanga, hot yoga.
Do you dance?
I do. I mean, I'm not really.
How about
good
the horizontal hustle?
So you do some Bikram.
I do Bikram, yeah. Hot yoga.
And Ashtanga, that's pretty tough yoga. Do you do handstands and all that?
I can get up, yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
I'm not going to do it right now because I'm wearing a
You
dress.
look very centered, very focused.
I
She
am.
is.
Yeah, I could tell.
You know what's good about
There we
Nicole?
go.
There's not much going on between the ears, so it's very easy to stay focused. That's why I like her.
You know, there's not many. How many days have we got left to September? What is it, 26, you said?
August 26th.
August 26th?
Yeah.
Way to keep up.
Don't forget,
So,
I
what is
expect a
there?
card
How
from
many
you.
shopping days left?
I know.
Let's go to our last caller of the day. We go to Joker.
Yeah, hey, Sam. I just wanted to thank you and Ian Halprin because he's come a long way from when he originally got on O&A and everybody, made him a butt of a joke and everything. But he's turned me around. I've read several of his books. I've also got a suggestion for him. Go ahead and do something on Jesse the Body.
That's a good one,
Jesse
actually.
the Body Ventura. That would be good.
What happened with Jesse and Jimmy? That's
you got to go on YouTube and see that fight.
Not
Yeah,
good.
He won't come
that's
back.
a classic, right?
Ventura won't come anywhere near Opie and Jim's studio now.
I know. I think Jimmy and I could take Jesse.
You think so?
The
In
two
a
of us
fight?
against him, yeah.
I bet you could. You're a strong man.
I can handle myself.
I can see that.
Look.
Yes.
Back to the book. That's why I'm here.
Well, I was going to say, we're running
Amazon.com.
Yes.
Read it. It's an American tragedy, but there's a lot to learn from this book. I learned a lot writing it. There's a lot of stuff that's important about entertainment and life.
Yeah.
And to my heart, my sincere condolences go out to the Brown and Houston family.
Are they going to catch any of the money from this book?
Dude,
Oh, good Lord.
you know what?
What?
It's not about the money.
Oh.
Because when you die,
Right.
there's nobody coming to the grave with a truck and dumping it in. It's about the experience. And let me give you another piece of advice, Roberts, because I'm a
Yes.
few months older than you.
You are.
Live every day like it's your last.
Right.
Live every day with respect.
Which I've been doing.
And this ain't a fucking dress rehearsal, brother.
You're right.
It's one shot,
that.
one kick at the can.
Wise
Namaste.
words.
I love you. I'm proud of you. Bang every night. You look like you need it tonight. It looks like you haven't banged in a few days, right?
It's been a couple of days. I mean,
Couple
that's
of
very
days.
stupid.
I
Very
know.
busy.
I'm
That's
super
why
busy.
the testosterone kicks in today, and you take it out on me. It's cool.
I appreciate you being okay with it.
Tonight,
Yeah.
it's release night.
At least jerk off into a toilet.
Yeah, that's
At
he's
least-
a big
at
fan
least.
of that.
At least jerk off into a toilet.
And Nicole,
Ian Halprin.
last thing,
Yeah.
Nicole.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful meeting you.
It's wonderful meeting you.
It's an honor.
What a
You're a lovely
charmer.
man.
An honor, and wish you all the best with your life, too.
Thank you so much.
What a charmer.
I respect him. He's big on respect, and so I want
Everybody go out and get Whitney and Bobby Christina, The Deadly Price of Fame. It's on Amazon.com right now. It's Ian Halprin's latest work, and it's a great work. He's a #1 New York Times best-selling author. So let's get this on the New York Times bestseller list as well. Ian, you know I always love having
Love
you
you,
on.
bro. Love you.
Nothing
Keep
but
it up.
respect.
Keep it up, because Opie's getting up in age, and he needs somebody to replace him.
Oh, I'm sure he loves that.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud to have my buddy here, Rob Dolinsky.
Rob
from
Dolinsky's a
Miami.
good man. If you want to,
He's a great man.
If you want to follow Ian Halprin on Twitter, you can go to Ian Undercover on Twitter. Nicole is, of course, Twitter and Instagram, Mashup Nicole. You can get anything that happens with this show at SR Show SXM on Twitter. Thank you all for being here.
Love you, Sam.
Thank you. And I'll see you. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Another big show planned for tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.